What's going on, SML? Welcome to the next episode of Weekend Roundup. So this week we had 3 games of the week. We had the Cardinals taking on the Panthers, we had the Texans, Jaguars, and we had the Cardinals again in Week 6 taking on the Cowboys. So let's get right to the highlights. As you can see here, the Cardinals-Panthers game, everybody kind of came into that game expecting the Panthers to just run all over the Cardinals and meets. That's not at all what happened. It ended up Philip Lindsay did his best Christian McCaffrey impersonation as he ran all over the Panthers. They had no answer for him. And you can see here from the highlights, it wasn't just him pounding the ball down the throat of the Panthers. It was him with big runs, and they just couldn't stop him. McCaffrey did get a couple plays. He got this touchdown here, but he just couldn't keep up with the Cardinals and Philip Lindsay. Here's Lindsay again up the middle, and he's gone. They had no answer for him, couldn't stop him. And then once they got up and had a decent lead, that's when Meat's defense took over. And what we've seen time and time again with him this season is the interceptions with Simmons and with Reddick and Budda Baker even. Here DJ Moore makes a long touchdown catch. And that's pretty much it for the Panthers scoring this game. And then the Cardinals defense takes over. So you're going to see a pick six here. He's going to take it all the way back, dive into the end zone. And then here we have another one, or this is the McCaffrey fumble. Hit sticks him, McCaffrey fumbles, and that pretty much does it for that game. As you can see, Cardinals end up taking the game 34-17, moves them to 4-0 on the season, and drop the Panthers to 3-1. Kyler Murray, 8 for 11, 127 yards. Lindsay, though, 16 carries, 246 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He also added 4 catches for 64 yards through the air. McCaffrey held to under 100 yards for the first time on the season. 13 carries, 77 yards, and a touchdown. DJ Moore did get loose. You saw the one big play there. He had 2 other catches totaling 132 yards and a touchdown. But Bridgewater, with those 2 interceptions, really hurt the Panthers, and they weren't able to keep up with the Cardinals. So let's move on to our next game, which was myself and the Jaguars taking on the Texans. This game started out pretty good for the Jaguars, like most games have this year, where the first drive we were able to get a touchdown here to DJ Chark. He beats the one-on-one coverage, gets a touchdown, but then that's about it for the Jaguars. Here you can see Watson just badly played by Clinton Dix. And Kenny Stills is going to take this in for a touchdown. And then on the next possession for the Jaguars, Winston's going to drop back, and he's going to throw an interception as he's hit. This is going to be the first of 2 defensive touchdowns for the Texans that really put them up and cause problems for the Jaguars. Here's Watson again. He's going to drop back, and he's going to throw deep, and this time it's Will Fuller over the top of the Jaguars defense. And then this is the play where I was talking about that Winston gives up the second defensive touchdown. He pump fakes. He's hit by J.J. Watt. The ball's knocked loose, recovered by the Texans, and taken in for a touchdown. This game didn't really go very well for the Jaguars at all. So the Texans end up taking it 34-19. Once again, a game of the week game that ends not really that close. Moved the Texans to 5-1. Jaguars dropped to 4-2. Winston there with his three interceptions really hurt him. DJ Chark, however, with 10 catches, 203 yards, and 2 touchdowns in the losing effort. He was the lone bright spot, but they were coming from behind the whole time. Watson, 12 for 15, 321 yards, 2 touchdowns. He actually put up a perfect passer rating. And Kenny Stills with those 4 catches, 135 yards, and a touchdown. So now we're going to move on to our last game of the week, and that's going to be the Cowboys against the Cardinals. Here you can see Philip Lindsay again gets going. Looks like he's going to be a lot of problems for people. Meats was able to get him from the Broncos for a fairly cheap price, so that was a good move for him early in the season. Here we have the Cowboys. Dak Prescott's going to drop back to pass, and he's going to throw it, and he's going to be intercepted by Simmons, who goes to the ground but is able to get up and then return it for a touchdown before being tackled. Here's Dak Prescott again. This time, he's able to actually find his receiver just over the top of the safety. Simmons can't quite get there fast enough, and he gets a touchdown. And then here's Kyler Murray to Christian Kirk. This is going to be the touchdown to end the scoring for the game. And that's going to do it for the Cowboys as the Cardinals go on to win 27-13. Kyler Murray wasn't actually as effective as before. He had 2 interceptions, Lindsey with only 91 yards rushing. So I didn't get to see the game, but with Dak Prescott's 3 interceptions, I assume that the Cardinals had good field position most of the game, seeing as they have 27 points and not many yards to show for it. All right, so that's our 3 games of the week. Coming out of week 6, we're on to week 7, waiting for those games to play. But I did tell Chris, because he's the only person that sent me any highlights outside of game of the week. I said that I would play his highlights on the show, so here they are. And you can see there, lots of good highlights. Chris, thanks for sending in your highlights. Hopefully more people will send them in and I'll actually put together a video. But until next time, this has been Weekend Roundup.